Hello, everybody, and welcome to, wait, Chemnitz? Oh no! Welcome to another video. You might be wondering what is going on. Where's my desk? Where's funny computers? Where's netbooks? Well, I really don't have an answer for that, really. As you might know, it's been a while, since I uploaded my last video. And the reason for that really is... Fuck off. The reason for that really is, I don't have a good explanation. I just got lazy and I didn't have any things to really talk about, and, what the fuck is going on in Chemnitz, dude? Get away from me! Holy shit, this town is crazy. I didn't really have any cool things to show you, and it just I kind of forgot about it, got too lazy. It was a whole thing, but I guess I'm back? Although I don't really want to promise anything, but this is just like, kind of a thing I want to try out, you know? So yeah, welcome to Train Sim World 5, a game that is very near and dear to me. A game that well, it's not really a game, is it? It's a simulator, really. A simulator that I play a lot, and, this is also a very special route that I really like. It's the Tarantarampe Chemnitz to Dresden route for Train Sim World 5, originally really released for, I think, Train Sim World 2? Featuring the BR612 here with the expansion mod, which basically adds some little some quality of life things, I guess. It adds these little stickers on the side that are realistic to excuse me, that are realistic to the route this train actually goes on, and other small things, like you can see that the train is like sort of 30, right? It's only in this mod. Play it yourself. Yeah. But yeah, why is this route so near and dear to me? Well, it's actually because, fun fact, I live here, so I see this place a lot. Yeah, right? I don't have a car, I go everywhere by train for longer journeys. I see this place a lot. I take this train to Dresden, not that much. I'm mostly on this one over there. That's the RB45 to Elsterwerda. That's my main, you know. But the RE3 and RB30 to Dresden are also trains that are very cool. And I mean, you'll see the route is actually very beautiful. It's a wonderful route. Main difference to real life Chemnitz Hauptbahnhof is that these red trains, the DB trains, actually don't call it Chemnitz Hauptbahnhof anymore. This is set in a time where mostly Deutsche Bahn trains called at this station, and that is not the case anymore today. Nowadays, all these lines, the RB45 over there, the RE6, that's not here right now, and the RE30 and or RB30 and the RE, what's such a mouthful, are actually run by the Mitteldeutsche Regiobahn, which is a another like railway company, actually run by Transdev and not by Deutsche Bahn. So you don't see these trains, these ones, anymore on at Chemnitz Hauptbahnhof or in this area in general. You might see some special trains now and then. There is still the Erzgebirgsbahn, which runs Siemens Zero trains to the Erzgebirge, to I think Kranzahl and Annaberg-Buchholz, if I'm not mistaken. And then there's also the DB long distance trains. I think there's like 2 or 3 of those a day here in Chemnitz. Which, fun fact, those long distance trains are actually the first ones that we have here in Chemnitz ever since, I think, like, I don't know, like the early 2010s. So Chemnitz actually hasn't had a long distance train connection for like a significant time, and they brought it back in, I think, 2021 with the IC going from, I think it's either Chemnitz or Dresden to Warnemünde, which is all the way up north in Germany, northeastern Germany. Yeah, another special thing about Chemnitz Hauptbahnhof is, well, as you can see, it has some, I don't actually know what you call these in English, some head stops, I guess. You know, there's some tracks where the trains stop in the station and don't go through. And then it also has platforms that go all the way through for trains that go all the way to Hof, which the RE3 does, and the RB30 goes all the way to Zwickau, which is in that direction. But that's not part of this route. So if you like actually go that way past that signal, it's just gonna give you a white screen and say end of area, and then it'll just like close out the game. It'll put you back in the main menu. But yeah, that's the through tracks. These are the stopping tracks, and then actually very fun for Chemnitz Hauptbahnhof is these tracks right here, which, as you can see, are kind of like disconnected from the main tracks. These are actually for the tram lines, the trams, the normal city trams, and the tram trains that exist in Chemnitz. So this is some nerd knowledge about, I can't go past this, some nerd knowledge about Chemnitz Hauptbahnhof, or Chemnitz in general, is that on these two tracks over here, these are being used by the normal city trams, which come from over there, come up here into the Hauptbahnhof, and then, as you can see over there, go back onto the road and then go to the right where this building is. And these two tracks are actually used by the Citybahn, which is Chemnitz's tram train model. So to explain, a tram train is basically a mode of transport, a train that is light enough to go on tram tracks in the city, but can also go on normal big boy train tracks. So that's pretty cool. It's kind of like an S-Bahn system, but kind of not, because the frequency sucks. But it's there to connect the city center to a bunch of different towns outside of Chemnitz, like Burgstedt, Mittweida, Aue, Thalheim. I don't know all the routes, but I think there's like four Citybahn, soon to be 5 Citybahn routes. And it's pretty cool. They go so the C11, which is like the pilot line that goes to Stolberg, goes every half an hour. And the other ones go hourly, which, you know, I compared it to an S-Bahn earlier, but that's kind of not the whole idea of it, because, you know, that kind of sucks for S-Bahn frequency. But given that the Citybahn and the normal Chemnitz trams share trackage in this actual city, and the Citybahn basically goes from one end to the city to the other, that actually creates a pretty good frequency, to the point where, depending on where you want to go, you can hop on a train like every 8 to 10 minutes, which is pretty good. The normal Chemnitz city trams go every 10 minutes by default, during peak times, which is from, I think it's from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then after that and before that, it'll go every 15 minutes. And on weekends, it'll be 15 minutes, and on Sundays, half an hour, which is kind of shitty for, you know, weekend traffic, because, you know, would more people like to be out and about in the week? I mean, I don't know. I'm not a traffic planner, but I kind of went on a whole ramble there. That is the whole fun thing about this train station, is that you actually have the tram stop inside of the main hall, and it shares tracks. The trams share tracks with the Citybahn. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah. Let's actually reset the game, because my train that I wanted to take is long gone. Actually, every train here, except for this one. I actually wanted to take the RE3 service, but it kind of went off without me. So let's quickly restart. And there we are. The beautiful BR 612. Let's kind of prepare our train first. Headlights, doors, let's open those, very important. Train lights, brake key. And then this is the really interesting thing about the 612 is the GST, which is tilting technology. Power. I'll show it off in a second. So maybe it'll do it actually. And it's not doing it. Let's turn it on. No, sometimes what it does is it actually does like a test tilt. So basically this train is built to tilt when it goes into curves, using like really sophisticated, fancy computer technology to just like know. We should close our doors so we have to get going. Door sounds. So you'll probably be able to see it here in a bit. Let's apply some power to get it going. Yeah, it'll actually tilt into curves, similar to like a racing bike, you know. I'll show it off in a second once we actually get into a major curve. And this allows this train to go pretty fast through pretty tight curves, which I guess back in the day was important for this route. Nowadays, like I said, the Mitteldeutsche Regiobahn runs this route with BR 1440s, which are Alstom Coradia Continentals. And as far as I know, they don't have tilting technology, and they go the exact same speed on this route as these ones. So, yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, while we're on our way, I can kind of show y'all this this expansion mod, because there's actually some pretty fun things that you can do in the cab that you can't normally do on this train. So first of all, you have these little plushies here, really cute. You got Wooloo, you got Toothless. I'll keep Toothless on here. You can add the IKEA like Blahide, the shark. It's pretty cute. Keep him here too. You can have like different folders. Textures are not loading in that well. It looks weird. Let's get rid of it. Got a tablet. It doesn't do anything fancy. It's just there. And a backpack. Different colors also. Pretty cool. So yeah, you can just kind of customize. You can see a custom livery here. You can just kind of customize this train and this expansion. And also the sounds are kind of changed up. If you ever played this route without this mod, you notice the motor sounds being a little bit different, the door sounds being different. Let's apply some more power here so we can actually go places. Yeah, really nice mod. I like it a lot, especially because it's a train that I drive a lot in this game, not in real life. I don't know how to drive trains in real life. But yeah. So, like I said, we're on the RE3 service originally from Nuremberg, which is in Bavaria, all the way to Dresden. This route, in this sense, doesn't really exist anymore. I mean, the actual track is still there, but the RE3 nowadays goes from Hof, which is in very northern Bavaria, as opposed to Nuremberg, which is like central Bavaria. It goes from Hof to Dresden, so it's significantly shorter, which I think kind of sucks because Nuremberg is like such a significant station in Bavaria, such an important one, and the fact that they don't offer that service anymore is kind of sad, because that would have been like a really good RE line, you know. I guess Hof is alright too, there's just nothing to do there. You kind of, if you want to go further into Bavaria, I mean, you know, if you want to do that, I don't know why you would, but if you want to, you know, go deeper into Bavaria, you have to change trains. You have to, if you want to go to Munich or Nuremberg, you have to take I think the RE2, which is a diesel service. And I think that's the main reason why it's not being offered anymore. is because the Mitteldeutsche Regiobahn that runs this route nowadays, they run electric multiple units, right? The Alstom Continental trains, electric, and the portion between Hof and München or Munich is not electrified, as far as I know. So, you know, you can really run those trains there. So that's why it's not there anymore, which is sad. They should kind of like just get to it and electrify the line, in my opinion. But, you know, it's Germany. Stuff like that takes ages. Even though I've been wanting to do it for the past 10 years. But, you know, that's how it is. Okay, now I can actually demo the tilting technology. Look at it. See how it tilts into the curve? I think that's really cool technology. There's another DB train that also does this, and it's the ICE-T. The ICE-T, the T stands for tilting. Very original. That also has the same tilting technology. And they're actually still in use too. Pretty. I've rode ICE-Ts a couple of times. Very comfortable trains. Very comfortable. Even in second class, very comfortable. We have to slow down here to 120. Because as you can see in the top right, speed limit of 120 is coming up. Oh my god, I also totally forgot to enable SIFA. Let me do that. I don't mess around with PZB and all that stuff because it's just too difficult to learn. But SIFA is okay. To explain, SIFA is basically like an awareness system. It goes off every, I think, 15 seconds with a little sound, and you have to press either a button on your dash or down here on a foot pedal to basically signify to the train, hey, I'm aware, I'm still alive. Okay, we might miss this stop actually. Fuck, this is not a good start. Oh no. Oops. Well, everybody in the first carriage, please go to the back. Yeah. Oops. Well, you know, it's my first day on the job. Yeah. No, that happens sometimes. I was kind of distracted. But yeah, that's SIFA. Maybe you can hear it going off on the journey. Alright. 20 more seconds and then we're gonna head out. Let's check out this train. In the meantime, it says Saxon. That's where we are, Saxony. We got 2 units coupled, which the second one is actually from Bavaria. And that's us. Let's release the brakes, apply power. I can go up to 100 coming up. So let's apply 60% would be a good value for acceleration. And yeah, I hope the audio is okay. Like this is my first time like dabbling into anything like this, like recording gameplay. So if the audio sucks, sorry. But I did some testing before. It sounded alright, but you never know how it comes out. Alright, let's apply some more. Oh, that was the SIFA. Did you hear it? So it plays that sound for like 3 seconds, and if you don't react in time, it's a very short window you have. If you don't react in time, it'll emergency brake you. Which, you know, in service, it's not okay. Kind of sucks if you get an emergency brake. Let's look at a timetable right here. So, us being an RE service, which is a regional express service, we don't call it every station on this route. Thank God, because we would be stopping and going like every second. It's quite densely populated, this route. We only call at the most significant stations like Flöha, Oederan, Freiberg, Klingenberg, Chemnitz, and Tarant, Freital, and Dresden, which is still a pretty significant amount. Actually, I have to brake here. The 90 is coming up. And let's actually brake a bit more beforehand so that I don't miss the station again. It's already coming up at 1.3 kilometers. So like I said, this route's very near and dear to me, mainly because it features Chemnitz, which is the town I live in right now. And also this whole route from Chemnitz to Dresden, it's very near and dear to me because I take it quite a lot. Not as often as other routes that depart from Chemnitz. Like I said, one of my main ones is the RB45 when I take the train to my parents. But I take the RE3 sometimes, more so the RE3 than the RB30. The RB30 is basically same train but calls at every stop, and the RE is the regional express. Am I gonna miss it again? No, I'm not. This time I'm not gonna miss it. It's a long platform. Yeah, so the RB stands for regional train, Regionalbahn, and RE stands for regional express. So RE and RB lines are mostly, more often than not, are the same line, but the RBs call it every station on the line, and the REs are express trains. They only call it the most, like, important ones based on ridership, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, we're gonna be skipping a lot. And what was I saying? Oh yeah, I take the RE more than the RB because it's faster, and also the new trains, the Alstom Continentals, aren't the most comfortable. They're quite uncomfortable actually for longer. It's okay for like in a half an hour train ride max. But let's go full power. But the journey from Chemnitz to Dresden is an hour. If you take the RB, it's an hour and 15 minutes-ish, which is a long time on this route. It gets uncomfortable. In second class. I've never ridden first class. Even though first class tickets on the Saxony network aren't even that expensive. So I might try that out one day. That's the SIFA. But yeah. I've never actually ridden this train in real life before. Mainly because these were put out of service, I think, in 2016 or 2017. They were replaced by the Mitteldeutsche Regiobahn trains. And I never got to ride these guys, the 612s. I'm pretty sure they're still around. But, you know, just not in Chemnitz. I think there's an RE line in Erfurt that actually still uses these, but I'm not sure. I really want to ride one of these one day because I don't know, I want to experience the tilting technology. Because I mean, if in this game, seeing the train like tilt into the curves, it looks very extreme. Like it looks like very sharp angles it turns in, and I don't know if that's like that in real life. If it is, it seems very uncomfortable because you might like fall. I mean, I said I've ridden the ICT before, which is also a tilting train, but I didn't really notice the tilting in that one. Maybe it just wasn't on. I'm not sure. But yeah, seeing this train like tilt into curves like that, like we'll see it coming up. Seeing it tilt. It's not doing it that much right now. No, but like seeing it tilt like that at sharp angles, like earlier, I imagine that's very uncomfortable for, you know, the passengers. But then again, I'm not sure. Very special. This is the would it be considered a viaduct? I think it looks very, very different in real life than it does here. We got some pretty beautiful, over there you can see the Fleur viaduct, which used to be a train viaduct, just like the one we went over right now. Saxony has a lot of scenic, beautiful valleys like this. With beautiful bridges just like these, like this one. Which is another thing that just makes this route absolutely beautiful. In real life too. You have to slow down to 90 over here. There you go. Let's apply some power so that we hold our speed. We don't want to lose it too much. I'm also already losing significant, it's like 6 kilometers an hour there. Let's apply some more power. I want to hold my speed here. But yeah, very beautiful route. Yeah, here you can see. Shut up. Like, isn't that uncomfortable? Wouldn't that be like a whole thing for the passengers? Like, I wouldn't want to be the one like having to stand up in a full train, having to stand and then, you know, it tilts into curves like that. Maybe that's one of the maybe that's one of the reasons they're not around that much as much anymore. I don't know, but I really want to ride one of these in the future. We can speed up a bit more here. Our next stop is Udaran, coming up in 2.3 kilometers. The one after that is going to be Freiberg, which is already like pretty much half the route. But yeah. Let's apply some more. Oh my god. I'm not gaining any speed here. I don't know what's up. I think I'm going like uphill slightly. And also I got 2 trains on it. I don't know if that helps. I don't know if that helps with power or if it's bad. I imagine. Well, I mean the train is heavier because of that, but I imagine because there's. Oh my god. Because there's also, yeah, here you can see the tilting. Oh, I'm speeding. Seeing that there's like 2 connected and this one's also supplying power, I'd imagine that it negates itself maybe? I don't know. Someone way smarter might know this. Yeah, and by the way, this is not the only service that you can run on this route. There's also, like I said, RB services, mainly. Oh shit, this is my stop. Oh fuck. Oh. See, this is what happens when you are not paying attention. Objective failure. Oh no. Oh man. This never happens, man. Well, I guess. Yeah. They're just not gonna. Oh man, that sucks. But, you know, whatever. Bye bye. You're not coming with. I said it earlier too. It's coming up. Next stop is coming up in 2 kilometers. Totally forgot about that. Damn it. Oh well. Next stop, Freiberg, I guess. Oh no. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So you can also play RB, the RB30 service on this route, which is mainly hauled by double-decker trains, actually, which we might see one passing us here in a bit. Hopefully, that might be cool. And you can also do some freight services here. Freight? I don't know. Some cargo services. You got a little shunting engine. You get a little shunting engine with this route, which you can do some shunting in Freiberg, which we're gonna see in 12 kilometers, don't forget. And then you also get a electric cargo train. A BR 1 185 or something like that. 185, I think, is what it was. I don't very much like that train because for some reason the 185s have like this really weird humming engine sound, and it's so incredibly loud. The humming, it's like buzzing. It's so loud, the buzzing, is that it makes me get a headache, and you know, I don't like that. Fun fact, having a headache kind of sucks. So yeah, cool house. Yes. You can see a little shark. It's cute. Alright. Let's decelerate here because we actually have to brake a little bit. Perfect. No, it's not perfect. You can, by the way, you can also use the power lever as a brake lever if you pull it back, which is convenient for smaller adjustments, or like things like these. Like right now, I'm going downhill, it seems, so I kind of have to like perpetually apply the brake as I'm going downhill to hold my speed. And now I'm just idling, which should be fine because we're coming up to a 140. Actually, no, let's apply the brakes a little bit. It's not the easiest to drive this train. The combi lever, the power and brake lever, how to properly use it, it's quite weird because you kind of have to, this is the idle position, right? And if you want to accelerate, you can't just like tap it, you have to hold it. Like right now I'm holding it, and if I stop holding it, it just like stops at that power level. Holding it increases it. And if I want to go down, if I press down completely, it'll just go back to its neutral position, which is, you know, not ideal for other trains in this game. When you know, press decelerate, it doesn't go back to idle completely. It just like, you know, goes down a little bit, and you can like adjust it more freely. And here you kind of have to, if you just want to like adjust your acceleration, your power level, you have to kind of press D for decelerate and then A again to like kind of adjust. As you can see on the right, you have to like kind of tap it to adjust it. Which I don't know if it's like that in the real train. I assume it is, seeing as it's a simulator. But that's very strange. Beautiful, another beautiful viaduct over here. Pretty cool. Oops. But yeah, and like I said, it also has a train brake and then a dynamic brake, which I use the train brake for actual braking and the dynamic brake for smaller adjustments. Okay, we can accelerate a little more here. We're allowed to go at 140, which I think is also, maybe it says it somewhere. Oh, you can, it's pretty cool. It doesn't say it anywhere, I don't think. But you can actually, you're actually allowed to go up to 140, I think is the max of this train. No, I think it's 160 actually. 160 is the allowed maximum of this train, and the allowed maximum on this route is 140, which I think it still is to this day. But don't quote me on that. You know, I'm not an expert. I'm decelerating, and I could go at 140 here. Alright, note to self. Freiberg is coming up. Be alert. Alright, let's apply a little bit of a brake action here because speed limit's coming up, 110. Perfect. Now let's accelerate a little bit to keep the speed. Really have to have like finesse to drive this stupid train. It's not a stupid train, it's a really fun ride. Probably one of my favorite trains actually from this game. Look at this. Like, look at the people. They're just, I mean, I don't know. They look comfortable. Whoa, oh my god. That was scary. Bit of a lag spike right there. That sometimes happens when it loads in a new part of the map. Alrighty. 2.6 kilometers and then we'll be in Freiberg. We're somewhat speeding again. Let's apply some dynamisch Bremse. A little more. Oh my god. Perfect. 1.8 kilometers. We're coming up to Freiberg here. So, at the next signal, I'm going to start braking. Because, yeah. Only applying a light brake. Going down to 90. It's actually quite laggy right now. I don't know what's up. Let's apply. 2 is pretty good to just kind of coast into stations. Slow down to 60. Here you can see the RE3. This is either an RE3 or an IRE. Which IREs don't exist anymore in general, I'm pretty sure. Those are Interregio Express trains. Wow, look at this. Beautiful. Beautiful. Stopped like a champ. We don't talk about what happened in Ödalan, okay? So you can see the beautiful train. A bit of a problem on this route, as you can see, is for some reason the lighting is really weird. Like I said, this route was originally released for Train Sim World 2 3 years ago, and a lot has happened to the lighting for Train Sim World 5. It got it significantly better, but I don't think this route has been updated yet to that lighting system, which is why you get really weird, like, I don't even know how to describe it, but it just looks off. It looks dark, you know? Like, even though it's like, you know, as you can see in the top left, it's 11:30 right now. And even though it's 11:30, it looks like the sun's about to set in a way. It looks like, I don't know, maybe it's the angle of the sun that's not really realistic, or it's just that everything's so brown. Everything's very brown here. The track, these buildings, a train over there. It's brown town, man. Yeah, you can see the the other 612 taking off to Nürnberg. And here's our train. Pretty cool stuff. We're about to go here in a bit. Oops. Well, let me actually quickly show you this. This is one of the other trains here able to drive on this route. It's the BR143 with the double-decker coaches. 2 of them. Yeah, these are also kind of difficult to drive because they have like a really strange cruise control system, which you kind of have to get used to. The cab after dust door, these are easy. Oh, I think actually this one might be kind of... I think this one's bugged. Look. There's a stopper right here, but it's just kind of... Okay, let's not mention that, I guess. Yeah, the cab car of the dust doors, of the Doppelstockwagen, is very easy to drive. But the 143 is kind of a... Gonna have to get used to it. It's not difficult per se, it's just like different to all the other ways of driving. And I guess that's also what makes this route so special, because the 2 main trains you're able to drive here, passenger trains at least, the 143 and the 612, this one right here, are very unique in driving controls, which is fun, in my opinion. Okay, we're going kind of fast. Slow down here a little bit. A little bit more. Perfect. Alright. Yeah, that was Freiberg, which is kind of the halfway point of this route. And now we're going up the Taranta ramp, the Tarant ramp. It's basically so the Tarant forest, which is coming up, this big forest near Dresden, and it's like on a very steep incline. So holy shit, I'm going way too fast. See, this is what happens when you just like don't pay attention. Oh my god. Yeah, so the latter half of this route, this half, is just gonna be a lot of inclines, which is also quite a challenge because you obviously with this like brake-in and acceleration system of this train, it's kind of difficult to make small adjustments like that. So we'll see how we go. But starting from here, the scenery will also become really beautiful. I just hope that the lighting is gonna play along and not F me over here, because like I said, that's just something the route does. Especially when driving from Chemnitz to Dresden on the latter half of the route. The lighting just kind of switches and it's really weird. Really cool. Let's speed up a little bit more here. We're about to be able to go 100. Even though it says 90, did you see that? That sign on the side of the track said 90. But I'm pretty sure because we are a tilting train, we're actually allowed to go 100. Which is fancy. I think when driving the 143, you know, the RB30, with the double-decker coaches, you're only allowed to go 90 here because that's not a tilting train. Doesn't have Neigetechnik. Alright. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. I hope you all liking this video. Like I said, this is kind of a new thing I want to try. Maybe I want to keep doing this, maybe not. We'll see. I don't really like talking about the future of my channel just because it's so uncertain. Yeah. So, I don't know. But, I don't know, just maybe leave a comment saying like, Do we want to see more train content? Because, you know, I'm obsessed with trains. I want to see different train games. I've been dabbling with Derail Valley, for instance. Or Transport Fever too, even though I kind of suck at it, but that's neither here nor there. So I guess, like, let me know if you want to see more tech, train stuff, anything. I don't know. Maybe I could make some videos about my music. I kind of want to get back into that. I don't know. Let me know. Or not. I don't know how many people are going to watch this. I got some pretty good views on a couple of my videos. So maybe, I don't know if some of you are willing to stick around for this. It would be nice, but, you know, I'm not going to force you. But, you know, if you like the content, maybe just, like, you know, toss a little comment my way. See how you feel. It helps me to kind of, like, see. Helps me decide what direction I want to take this channel. Because I do want to make videos. That's the thing. I do want to make videos. It's just that, especially with the tech, just like, I thought I had cool things to make videos about, but then I actually sat down with it and I realized it was kind of boring. But like, I just lost motivation in general because sometimes it's just frustrating, you know. But yeah, this is fun. I like this. I could see myself doing more videos like this. I don't know. Also, let me know how you like the editing style. I want to maybe like cut this up a bit more, you know, not just toss the whole video file onto YouTube, because I tend to stumble over my good example, stumble over my words a lot. So yeah, let me know how you like it. It's like cut up editing style. Yeah, as you might know from, you know, past videos, English is not my native language, so, you know, if I mess up, just don't hurt me. I'm German, okay? I'm just a German, trying my best to exist. All right, Chemnitz is coming up. Klingenberg, Chemnitz. Never heard of the place. I don't even know if the modern day RE3 stops at this station. I don't think it does. I think nowadays it only stops at Flöa, Freiberg, Tarant, and Dresden. I think. But could be wrong. Actually, no, I don't think it does. I think it stops at somewhere at Freital. I don't know. Alright. If you hear any background noise, sorry. I live very close to the school. So there might be some kids. Yeah. Alright. Let's start breaking for real here because it's kind of coming up. Let's apply 1B. We're actually pretty good on time. Actually, yeah, no, we're a minute early. Well, that's because I kind of skipped a stop. We're not gonna talk about it. That never happened. We stopped at Öderan and it was alright. Might have stopped a little bit too soon. Let's see. You know, it's whatever. It's like, yeah, you're gonna land in the dirt. Yeah, I never claimed to be an expert at this game, so. Oh, you can. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool detail. You can actually see the The AC. Or is that the AC, or is that cooling from the motors? Oh, actually, no. No, I think the motors are down here, actually. The AC is under rough. Yeah, pretty cute station. I'm not sure if the actual RE3 nowadays calls here, but look how dark it is. Turn the lights on in my cab. My god. That's the one thing I don't like about this route, is the lighting. And I'm pretty sure it is a mod that kind of fixes that. Or, you know, you can kind of like manually fix it with the like God mode menu. But I don't really want to do. I've dabbled with it a couple of times, but I just don't really want to do all of that. You know, I just want to play the game, hop on, and I don't want to say that the lighting ruins it, but it definitely it influences it a lot, and yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. Some construction going on. Pretty cool. Alright, next stop, as indicated. My favorite stop on this route. Yeah. So this next part, this is actually going to be the Tarant incline coming up, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. This is like the Tarant. So, coming up now is pretty low speeds. I'm talking under 100 for the most part. Let's see if I can use a dynamic brake to slow it down to 90. I can actually, yeah. I don't use it all that much. Like I said, I just use it for small adjustments. But I would never use it to like actually fully brake the train to stop at a platform, because it's just not powerful enough for that, I don't think. Even though the tutorial says that you could do that. I've tried that before, and I had a bit of a Nida visa situation like earlier, but worse. Probably more of an Udalan situation, actually. I went past the station. I mean, I didn't go past the station at Udalan. I stopped perfectly fine and let everybody in and stuff like that. You know, nothing happened. Nothing happened in Udalan. You can't prove it. I mean, you could scrub back in the video and actually look at where I missed the stuff, but you can't prove it. That didn't happen. It didn't happen. And if you say it happened, then you're just a liar, and I'm gonna block you. Didn't happen. Let's apply some more brake. So this is actually a downhill section. So, you know, so much for the incline. I think, yeah, now the incline starts, I think. You'd think I'd know by now, you know, but I really never remember where it actually starts. So, you know, so much for me, so much for this being my favorite route. I gotta use more braking, man. Hey, he's coming up. Yeah. I know. Let's see how we... Yeah, we could turn lights off. It's not that bad. So this is where the game actually becomes beautiful, because this is the Taran forest, and I mean, as you can see, it's just like with all the trees, the dense trees. It is beautiful, man. It is beautiful. Oh my god. They should not call this a Taran ramp, they should call it a Taran slope. So just keep going downhill. This is a fucking Taran lie. It's not even a ramp. Not even going uphill yet. Actually, would it make sense? No. I turn on the bright headlights, doesn't do anything. Alright, this is the most beautiful station coming up, Edle Krone. And it's just like this small station after this tunnel. Probably doesn't see a lot of passengers ever. But it's really cute, look at it. Look at this. Comes out of the tunnel, goes over this little river over here. It's beautiful. And now the most beautiful section of this route really starts. The Taran forest, going through the valley into Dresden. Objective completed. Watch me still get gold for this service, even though I missed an entire stop. It's probably not going to give me gold for that, or even silver, but it would be funny. Let's apply some power here, even though we really don't need to, as we're still going downhill, it seems. But, you know. I swear it's coming up. It's gonna come up soon. Promise. Let's do a significant break here, because we have to be at 60 here pretty soon. Well, in 2 kilometers, but, you know, it's never bad to break early. This is, I mean, you know, this is like, you know, recreated in a simulator, and it can never reach the beauty of real life, but it's pretty close. I recommend everybody who lives near Dresden or near Chemnitz to check out this route. It's so beautiful. Like in real life, it obviously looks way more detailed. Oops, going way too fast. Oh. There you go. Right, so, oh, also, Taran is coming up. Almost missed it. Oh, there's a lonely guy. Hello. Where are you going? Fucking forgot his whole train. Forgot his whole thing. But yeah, no, this route in real life is really beautiful, and up until Dresden, this entire route basically follows this river over here. And you can always see it from the trackside. It's beautiful. It's quite beautiful. Right, Tarant. Which is a little like forest town here in the Taran forest. Now what I don't know is if this forest is named after the town or the town is named after the forest. Probably the latter, but you never know. Very beautiful station. In real life too. has this grand building, which it almost looks like it's kind of giving like ski resort. Which I don't know if that's a thing here in this area. Probably not, because it's a very dense forest. Don't really have any ski slopes. But it just kind of gives off that vibe in real life too. I don't know. I'll have to look up what this building is actually used for, because it's not a train station building. As you can see, it's very much separated from the actual platforms. Or maybe this is some sort of like restaurant or a hotel. It looks very large. Could be a hotel. I'll look that up and put that in the video somewhere. All right, let's lock the doors. We need to get going. All right, get out of here. Freitag, the second to last stop, and then we're already almost in Dresden. Why can I not accelerate? We good? There you go. I was having a moment. Perf. Let's go. Final stretch. We're gonna be in Dresden in 10 minutes ish. Yeah, 12 minutes. Oh, bit of a lag spike right there. But yeah, this whole section, Freitag, coming up, is also very beautiful. Also the stations in this section, starting from Tarant to Dresden, are very beautiful because they're the main stations of the S3 line. Dresden's S-Bahn's system goes here too. Yes, 3. And thanks to that, the stations here on this line are quite modern. Do have to slow down here a little bit. 110 is coming up. I think that actually is an S3 train right there that we just passed. I didn't look on the label. And now, in this station, there's something quite peculiar coming up, and you can already see it to the right of the train. Very narrow tracks. Wonder what that's all about. Guess we'll find out soon. In 2.1 kilometers, we'll find out. It's a narrow gauge railroad. It's interesting. Actually, we won't find out at the next station. We'll find it this one. Narrow gauge carriages? More narrow gauge? Is this a narrow gauge railway near Dresden? What? I do apologize. I actually don't know what it's called. I'll flash it up on screen. But yeah, this is one of, I think, 2 narrow gauge railway systems in this area that is like still in use today. With like little heritage like steam trains. Pretty cute stuff. I shouldn't accelerate. I should actually brake. The station's coming up. yeah, Sifa. I know you're there. Alright, this is gonna be another perfect brake action. It's gonna be flawless. Trust. Flawless and on point. What did I say? Shut up. Perfect. Perfect. And you can also see that the weather got kind of better. I like the lighting. So I don't know what that's all about. Yeah, like the lighting's really just that weird in the country areas. Now that we're back in the city, it's normal. Very strange. Oh my god, what is it? Let me go back to my train. The further I go away from my train, the worse the frame rate gets. Trust me. Alright, we're almost ready to head out, and then we're gonna be in Dresden. In 2012 Dresden, which is, looks a little bit different to, the Dresden main station nowadays. Let's go, Mr. White. Last stretch. Full power, come on. To the max, dude. We need to get there on time. Although I'm pretty sure we were always on. Ooh. Nah, oh, wait, no, actually, we arrived on time, but left late. Ooh, not good. We fucked up. I can kiss my career as a train driver goodbye. 9 seconds too late. Oh wait, I'm employed at this company, so that's actually good. A delay of 9 seconds. Wow, I'm gonna get a raise. Or I'm gonna get fired because my company mandated delay of at least 30 minutes. Is not met. That could be the case too. Yep. Making fun of Deutsche Bahn. Very original. People are really pooping on Deutsche Bahn too much. I mean, from my experience, really honestly, the trains in the east of Germany, flawless. I've never had any problems. I mean, the western half of Germany, chaos. I don't know what they're doing over there, but they cannot. It doesn't work. In the east, especially around Chemnitz, Leipzig, Dresden, no problem. Trains are on time. Trains are punctual. They're on time, and they're punctual. They're fast. They're reliable. They're frequent. I don't know what's going on in the western states of Germany. They just haven't figured it out yet, I guess. How to do trains. Even though they have the prettier stations, the more modern rolling stock. I don't know. It's always a pain over there. This section is also really beautiful in real life. In real life, there's like an actual mansion up there. It's really beautiful. And this is the Autobahn, the highway bridge. It looks super futuristic. Really, it looks like something out of Fallout. But yeah. And as you can see, we're still running along the river here. Oh my god. It's loading in Dresden. That's what that was. Cool little factory to the right here. Pretty cool. In this game it looks very abandoned, but in real life they actually turn it into like a whole area of like different shops and stuff like that in the old factory. Pretty neat. Alright. This is Dresden Plauen. Which, the name always confused me because we're in Dresden, but it's called Plauen, which is a city in like southwest Germany, Saxony. Very confusing, but you know, sure, it has its reasons for that name. So here's the old, actually I don't know if it's old, it might still be in use. Like the workshops, the train workshops and stuff like that. You can see some parked trains over here. And this is, you'll actually be able to see some trains that don't come with this route, because a fun thing for Train Sim World in general is if you have other German routes, they will, or other German trains, they will layer onto existing German routes. So I don't know, we might see some fun trains parked here. Doesn't look like it right now, but I did see a red 187, I think is what that was. Which is realistic for the area because, oh, actually we have to slow down here. There's a 40 coming up, oh my god, I went too fast. I'm definitely losing my license. My driver's license. But yeah, that is realistic for those to be there because they actually run on the S-Bahn. Dresden S-Bahn. Yeah. So Dresden. I'm very burpy today, I'm so sorry. Dresden's coming up. Almost there. Oh, that's fun. There's I think that's a 101? That's a BR 101, man. Just chilling. Sick. So yeah, that's what I meant. Like, other trains from other routes, other systems, tend to layer on to existing routes. This one too. I mean, I think that is actually part of the route. The Talent 2. You can actually drive that as part of the S3 service that you can drive here. From either Tarant, from either Dresden to Tarant or Dresden to Freiberg. Because there's actually some rotations of the S3 that go all the way to Freiberg, which I think is crazy, because that's like very far off from Dresden. Perfect stop. What? You kidding me? You are kidding me. It's just 10 meters, man. Come on. Jesus Christ. Full service. Boom! On point. Unlock doors. Is it the right or the left door? I think it's, yeah. Sick, man. There we are. Dresden, May. Oh, what the fuck? Why am I so high up? I didn't. Let me. Oh my god. Okay, I guess this is the angle now. What is going on? Can I? Thank you. Little picture here. Hell yeah, man. Dresden Hauptbahnhof. Continue to free roam. Let's get out of here. Oh yeah, right. I'll report back once I free myself. Scheiße. I cannot get out of this train. Well, I guess we'll just sign off from... What the fuck? Oh my god. Everything that can go wrong is going wrong right now. Anyway. Yeah. Thanks everybody for watching. Like I said, let me know if you want to see more of these kind of videos. I hope I find the motivation to record more. I really want to, actually. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, make sure to leave a comment. Let me know how you feel about this content. If you want to see more of it, stuff like that. Like if you like it, you know. Dislike if you dislike it. And yeah, I'll see y'all hopefully at some point in the future. Bye-bye.